It's another World Cup. You know what it is, baby. World Cup 2026, the long-awaited World Cup since after Qatar 2022 is back. And then already a lot of games, not a lot of games, a couple of games have come. But before we dive into those games, the results and everything, I am David Omoyen and I have with me here Joshua Ayobami. Yeah, we are going to be bringing to you the good news about the World Cup, the good, the bad, and the ugly so far, as well as the ones that we are expecting. I will talk about the dark horses, we'll talk about the expected winners, we'll talk about the favorites, we'll talk about the expected golden boot winners, and the expected, so to say, in context, put in the context, losers. What do I mean? I mean those that will concede the most goals, those that will concede the highest number of goals in each particular match, as well as those that will go home humiliated. Every World Cup does not fail to give us that kind of thing. I see it's still fresh in my memory. 7-1 Germany against the host nation Brazil in 2014, Traumatic. And I think it will still be very fresh in the minds of the Brazilians as well as the Germans. Obviously, the Brazilians, they will never forget that. And then we dive straight into the actions. Joshua, yesterday, when the World Cup kickstarted with Mexico having a return game against South Africa. Why do I call it a return game? Remember in 2010, South Africa against Mexico was the opening feature where South Africa hosted the competition. And right now, Mexico, part of the hosting countries of the same competition, are hosting their former host in South Africa. And then what happened was what a lot of Africans, bad mind people, we know now, Africans, and if you are 18 on South Africa, I love you because I'm 18 on them too. Africans expected to happen. And then Mexico, my name is David Juan, by the way, in case you are, because I'm also a Mexican by proxy, by identification.
Not by history.
Not by history. I'm not related to any one of them, but by identification, I'm a Mexican. Joshua, how will you analyze that game? The game between Mexico against South Africa.
Well, it's what you said. It's like an hosting an host. So it's also I can say it's also like a revenge karma way. And you can see yesterday at the stadium.
I bet Shabalala was not dancing yesterday, was he?
He would have been watching that game.
Well, I said he wasn't dancing.
He would have been dancing and anything because it was a very, very calm but very tense game. The Mexican side, the squad were able to give them what they asked for. About in the stadium, 80,000 fans. 80,000. So just for the opening game yesterday, and you can see a lot that happens. And where you see when it happens, the beginning of the 25 minutes of that game, you can see just balanced up structure, possession games. But it happens again at when the Bafanas gave away, and one of the players, Lejan, scored that. Them just a mistake build up from Bafana, and it was struck to the back of the net. And then he was able to do that Shabalala celebrations. It was a perfect karma in video. So it's like telling me saying that the host has been dealt in another host. So it's just like a reverse leg. So
I pray me person who offend person like Mexico that will wait 16 years after to take their revenge.
After to take that revenge. So look at just the mindset, and they were able to do the part of the red cards yesterday, and it was so dreadful for the Bafana.
Yeah, let me just cut it short that there because of our time, and then I would like to ask you this question: how far do you see Mexico going in this particular World Cup? We'll come back to this South Korea against Czech Republic game as well, but how far do you think South Africa? Okay. I mean, Mexico, how far do you think they will go in this World Cup?
Yeah, with the game I saw yesterday, South Africa are scaling through. And
not South Africa. Mexico. South Africa. They are not scaling. South Africa are not scaling.
Because South Africa, sorry about that. South Africa, I think they should just have to go home to go and keep their jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
Because so that they will not let someone, they will not accuse someone of taking their jobs. So let me just say,
Mexico, their own country, they could not.
Mexico,
people are.
Let me just say, Mexico will scale through.
We scale through that group.
So the quarterfinals of them.
Moving on to South Korea against Czech Republic, as we popularly know them. The game ended 2-1 in favor of South
South Korea.
Korea, or some people love to call them Korea
Korea.
Republic. What would you make of that game? Because obviously it was a comeback win from South Korea. What do you make of that game?
Yeah, the first half was a balanced match game. I had to wake up from 3 a.m. to watch that game, and the first 45 minutes was a balanced game. South Korea kept knocking on the door, but kept the composure, and Czech Republic just cooled out to cool out the pressure of the South Korean tactics and possessions. But it came at the end, I'd say 60 minutes, where they had a corner kick, and from the center back player, their captain, Kreye, came and put that from nowhere from the header into the back of the net, and then the pressure started, and South Korea find that way, a lovely pass from the midfielder, and he had to skill to dribble the keeper and put it in the back of the net, and they went from 2-1, from 1-0 down to the greatest comeback, first match, for their first game, and they were able to seal
All
that
right.
win.
Let's move on to the next group. We'll be talking about the matches for today by 8 p.m. Another host nation will be hosting two nations merged in one in Bosnia and Herzegovina. In case you don't know their history, you can go to read that. But right now, Canada will be playing against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Just in a few set in one sentence, actually. What do you make of that game? Because left to me, if you ask me, that should be a good win. I'm not saying an easy win, but a win for Canada in that particular game. Not to write off Bosnia and Herzegovina, because we knew what they used to do some years back when Edin Dzeko was on top of his game. But right now, there's no Edin Dzeko anymore. But obviously, I know they will still have some names in their ranks that will do the damage if needed, when needed, and if they can take their chances. But how do you see that game playing out tonight?
I think Canada will just have to win for the country and for the citizens of the country. So then I give it to Canada.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
Canada. All right.
Give it to Canada.
To our beloved USA, they play Paraguay tonight in the midnight by 2 a.m. Oh, your thoughts on that game?
USA. Well, USA is winning that already. But I know it will be a balanced, tough game, and Paraguay also has a line of histories in the World Cup, and they can do the undoable too. They can do the damage. So we don't have to do the most things will happen in the World Cup is that you see a lot of upset. This
Upset.
things happens. It happens at 2022 World Cup. South Africa, Saudi Arabia beat
Against
Argentina.
Messi's
Man.
Argentina.
So
I remember
just
that game.
just that was the craziest.
And mind
upset
you, a lot of
it.
punters won
So
big that day
you can't.
based on that game.
It's I know every World Cup has its own upset. So just leave it to US. But I think USA will do that. Will do the
Alright.
business.
Okay. Tomorrow by 8 p.m. Qatar, Switzerland. Let's just skip that because of our time. But if you ask me, just score predictions, I will say Switzerland win that game by 2-1. What about you?
Switzerland,
Against Qatar,
Qatar
the
will
former
score.
host.
Qatar will score. But I think let me say 4.
For
Switzerland is going to score.
all right, one
Yeah,
of the
after-
games of the group stages, one of the biggest games of the group stages. Are we going to see a resurrection of Neymar Jr. in this particular game, or are we going to see the supposed or the declared African champions in Morocco as the winners of that particular game? Brazil against Morocco on the 13th of June by 9 p.m.
Mm.
Is it 9 p.m.? Sorry, by 11 p.m. 11 p.m. in the night. What do you make of that game?
Samba Boys versus the Atlas
Lions of
of the Moroccos. Well, it will be a tough, very, very tough game. Very, very tough game. Much more qualities.
And
A lot
mind
of
you, I don't think
qualities.
anyone will be defending
So,
against the other. I
and
think
nobody's
it's going to
defending
be a very open
It will be a
game.
balanced pressure game. So, well, for me, I think Brazil will do that.
With-
Unless they kept their structure, and
Now, this is
they
my own
never.
opinion about Brazil. I think in recent years, after 2014, in my own opinion though, I can be corrected. I think Brazil have lost their stuff. What I'm saying is they all they have now is the name of their past heroes. Right now, yes, they have notable footballers. I mean, individual players. Obviously, Neymar
That
Jr. We know age is telling, but still, there's still quality in there. Vinicius Jr., Rafinha of Barcelona, Matheus Cunha of Manchester United. Come to the goalkeeping position. You have Alisson, Ederson as the backup choice. Then in their fullback positions, I don't think they are very recognized.
yeah, Gabriel.
I mean fullback positions now, but still there are guys who can do the job. Then in the centre back positions, you have Marquinhos and Gabriel,
Gabriel.
who by the way, the both of them were finalists in the Champions League.
True,
The both of
absolutely.
them just won their leagues, so they are wonderful and they played crucial roles
I would say,
in their teams winning. So what I'm trying to say, if you move to the midfield too, you still have Ederson, a
true.
very good player in Manchester United new signing. You still have
Joelinton,
Joelinton, even if Bruno Guimaraes is fit,
Guimaraes,
they have stars packed up. And when you go to the Moroccan side, you have Achraf Hakimi, you have Mazraoui, you
Brahim
have
Diaz.
Brahim Diaz, and some other names like that. Even Yassi Bono, their
Bono,
goalkeeper.
goalkeeper.
So they are both evenly matched sides. But in my opinion, Brazil has that name, the big name as Brazil in the first place. Actually, one of the reasons why Atlanta 96 for Nigeria is well recognized and well celebrated, even though it was an Olympic game, it was an Olympic competition, was that Nigeria beat Brazil, coming back and beating Argentina. That tells you that those names that Nigeria beat to win
Those
the
two
competition
big names.
were great names. And Brazil still holds that name till now. But it seems like they are not measuring up to standards anymore. But still, I don't see. I think they have names, but I don't think they are good enough. The reason why I'm saying this is because you rated Brazil ahead of Morocco, and I don't see that Brazil as the former Brazil that we used to know. That's why I'm saying that, because we've seen them lose Copa America finals back to back. We've seen them lose to North American sides in Copa America, and they are not that Brazil that we used to know.
Yeah, it talks about World Cup experience. Brazil has the older experience. So there's difference between continental experience than the World Cup experience.
But in a
So-
way, we can say Morocco too are beginning to have their experience, because last World Cup they ranked third in the World Cup, fourth rather.
Fourth.
Pardon me, fourth. Just behind Croatia, and they got to the semi-final. That counts for lots. Why Brazil? They are out takers, in my opinion. So I know you are talking about experience, but when we talk about experience, not this group of players. The experience you are talking about is not this group of players, but for the Moroccan side, a huge number of this group of players that they have now are the ones they are taking to the World Cup again. Amrabat, Hakimi, mention their names.
You know, there's something that we call reshuffle your house and get in order. So Brazil can do what we call rejuvenating. So let me just say Brazil is just like Manchester United. Just depend on history, and and they try to work on what is not
So if they are
happening
like
and
Manchester
working.
United, that means they have limited games to play this year, because Manchester United just played 40 games, right?
40 games. So it's a different case, and I give it to Brazil. Let me just say
All
I
right.
give it to Brazil.
I support Morocco in that, even though I'm
Give it
not
to
a big
Brazil.
fan of Morocco, but that's the topic for another day. Haiti against Scotland. Obviously, I don't think anyone is rating Haiti in that particular game, but don't rule it out. But, for the sake of this particular conversations, we will just keep it because of our time. So I think we are all going for Scotland in that particular one.
Scotland, yeah, absolutely.
All right, Australia against Turkey, as they love to be called now, not Turkey. So Australia,
Well,
no team. I've forgotten his name. Team Cahill anymore.
Cahill.
But I still expect them to be something.
Well, Australia, let me just say in their own continent, they are one of the best. So, for Turkey right now, they have Kenan Yildiz. They have this Madrid guy, Adagula. So these two attack. I don't care about the back line or the middle, but they attack.
They have Kadioglu in their
they have
defense.
Kadioglu,
Chanaloglu in the midfield.
So they still have
notable names,
top qualities that can even give them what they need.
All right. So who are you going for in that particular
game?
Same with me. Now let's move on to the next one. I think we will all have a clean slate here. Germany against Curacao.
Germany all the
way for me too. But like we've said before, we are not disrespecting any national team, and we are not ruling anyone out. This is football, but just based on antecedents, based on what we've known, based on track records, that's why we are making easy predictions in these particular games that seem a little bit straightforward. Something like Germany and Curacao. In fact, some people will argue that Curacao would not have made it to the World Cup if the slot was not increased. So let's just move on. Netherlands against Japan.
That's a tough.
I smell trouble.
A tough Wales side, an European side versus an Asian side. A tough Asian side.
And top quality. Now, just because of what you said now, we've seen that already in this World Cup.
Exactly.
South Korea against Czech Republic. And we saw it in the last World Cup. Japan against Germany. I remember Germany were leading that game. Then last time, what's it called? Japan came back to win 2-1. It was Gunwan that scored the first goal on a penalty. It was just a repeat of the Saudi Arabia-Argentina game. I remember how it played out. So
I think it's gonna be a tough game. They have both qualities. We can just rate one quality ahead of the other. But Japan don't give the space for using them against yourself. So they okay, you are coming here to come and compete. We two are also competing.
They are energetic.
We are going to give you a
chaotic game.
The odds for a
very chaotic game. They play chaotic.
Well, it's gonna be a tight game. Very, very tight game. I can say it's a draw.
It's a draw. For me, I'll just edge out Japan in that particular one. 2-1.
You heard that?
What I'm saying is, no. What I'm trying to say is, I think that those are wrong choices of words. What I'm trying to say is that I'm supporting Japan. I'm favoring Japan ahead of the Netherlands here, not because of lack of quality on any side. It's just how I think, because these Japanese guys are very chaotic in their games. If you allow them breathe,
they will suffocate you. They punish you.
They punish you for that. Ivory Coast against Ecuador, another big game that can be underrated, because a lot of people, well, I won't say a lot of people, for those who have not really had long history watching the World Cup, would actually underrate Ecuador, but not for me. I've seen them play. I've seen them at Valencia do his wonders, and in the last World Cup, I saw somebody like Moses Caicedo, somebody like Pervis Estupinian, and a lot of them like that. Mario Lemina, very talented guys. And one thing about them is just like Japan, they are energetic. They play till the last minute of a game, and they are never tired. So against Ivory Coast, I will really support Ivory Coast, but I would still say the kind of energy these South American sides, especially this Ecuadorian team, I've seen them in action in two different World Cups. Not in 2018 World Cup, but I saw them in 2022 World Cup and 2014 World Cup, and they are magnificent. So I would say it's a 1-1 draw for me in that particular game.
Well, what you said, the Ecuador times, the guys, the teams, the top qualities, the way they structure that team right from. I watched their first game. I watched was on 2006. They played and they gave them the run for their money, but then they improved, and you can see the lot of combine of players now in that squad. So let me tell you, Ivory Coast on the other hand aren't balanced even on the African continent. After they won the AFCON last 2 to 3 years against Nigeria, then they would structure themselves and still trying to get through some things. But at the World Cup, it's a different game entirely, and we can see Ecuador is going to win that for me.
What do you think the scoreline will be?
I would like 2-1.
All right, let's quickly move on. Just the scoreline for this one, but I just want to give a little background to that, which is Sweden against Tunisia. Sweden is the only country in this particular World Cup that never won a game as they qualified. I don't know however they did that, but God of miracles still
just worked for them.
All right, waiting God know if you do know they exist. What God cannot do,
it does not exist.
All right, let's move on. What do you think the scoreline will be? Sweden against Tunisia.
Tunisia, well, Tunisia, they're like a fierce team. Remember, they almost won that game against Nigeria at
Mm.
the quarterfinal. So I believe them. They are always a spread. Maybe they don't have that much expected what we need for them, but they are Tunisia's fan. They are
What do you think
Tunisia,
the scoreline will
but
be?
Tunisia's gonna give them.
All
Let me
right,
say 3-0.
all right.
3-0.
I think Victor Gyökeres, Kulusevski, Alexander Isak, Elanga. These are names. Victor Lindelof. There's this other guy. I've forgotten his name. These are guys who are capable of. I'm not saying the whole team will play well, but these are guys when you give them moments
They
can hurt you.
hurt you.
So I
Yeah,
still go with
absolutely.
Sweden because there is a way they've qualified, even though they never won a game, but they qualified somehow. So Sweden against Tunisia, 2-1 Sweden. Spain against Cape Verde, just the scoreline,
Spain winning that 4-0.
3-0 for me. But Cape Verde too, at least they're in the World Cup, it counts for something.
They're debutants, so you do well for debutants.
Belgium against Egypt.
Belgium.
Against Egypt.
Yeah, there's no more golden generation.
Now Panda generation.
Now the refactored one from the outside side.
I don't mention any tribal. You know.
so let me just say, Belgium are taking that. They are still have
They still have a good squad,
good squad.
nevertheless. They still have a
I
good squad.
can't-
You can
I
say
give
their
them-
golden
I give them
generation
the
is gone,
kudos. I
but they
give
still
them
have a good
respect.
squad, a magnificent squad. Kevin De
So-
Bruyne is still there. Yuri Telemans is still there.
Yeah.
You still have Jeremy Doku. You have
Yeah, yes.
Leandro Trossard.
You
Lukaku
have
will
the
still
great
play.
Lukaku itself.
Luka Bakio is still
Yeah,
there.
Bakio.
You have Bakayoko. They are stacked up front. They still have Amadou Onana in the midfield.
I give to Belgium. Yeah,
All right,
so-
I think it will be a 3-1 win. Mohamed Salah scoring in that particular one, but Belgium winning that particular game. Saudi Arabia against Uruguay. Now, before we talk about this match, I know we'll still come to the dark horses, but I think nobody should sleep on Uruguay in this World Cup. Now, let's go on. Saudi Arabia against Uruguay.
Saudi Arabia against Uruguay. Well, it's another continental. I love how the World Cup structure is being stable. You know,
How do you think the game goes?
The game is gonna go. The dominance from Uruguay will be top notch. We still have Suarez.
No, not
Ugarte.
Suarez is no longer there.
Okay, yeah, it's not.
Darwin
not-
Núñez.
It's Darwin Núñez. A lot.
Valverde.
Valverde, one of the best.
Ugarte.
Most
Pelistri.
tough players, Pelistri and Ugarte at the middle. So I think they can still structure some things. And
What do you-
Uruguay is gonna win that 2-0.
Okay, 1-0 Uruguay. Iran against just the scoreline. Iran against New Zealand.
New Zealand, Iran,
Just the
Iran
scoreline.
winning.
Just the scoreline.
Iran winning.
What
So,
scoreline? So, okay, I think
Iran winning.
it will end 1-1 in that particular one. France against Senegal, the game.
That is Africa versus.
And this is on the 16th, by the way, by 8 p.m.
Did I say Africa versus the Africa Pro Match?
Africa versus Africa Light.
Africa Light.
Africa
Yeah.
Light.
So let me say it's an all Africa game.
Now we.
Now we. But it's gonna be a tougher side. Like let me just say, massive bombard chances. So it can be a draw.
Now, my analysis for that game will be that when we talk about names, big names, France is better.
Top notch on that.
But when we talk about cohesion as a team, I think Senegal are better than France in that regard. So we'll see what plays out and who wins the game. So for me, obviously, I will always, until there is no longer any other African team in the competition, I will always support every African team apart from you know who.
Seriously.
Why you laughing?
Okay, it's fine.
Apart from you know who.
I know.
So I'm going definitely with Senegal in this particular one, and it will be a very tough game. Senegal 3-2 for me. How about you?
France taking that because they are all coming out with it depends on how the coach are going to structure the starting lineup, the compact level, and they have Pabicano, Saliba, Theo Hernandez.
Yeah, we mentioned that before. Obviously,
So,
name-wise, player-wise, France, obviously.
France also. But let me just tell you, France have that upper chances. They are the same country that went to the finals
Back to back.
to back.
We know.
So now, even if not because of the Argentina winning the last one, they would have won it back to back. So the quality and also the, let me just say, it's gonna be a tough goal, a lot of goals.
That's why I mentioned
4-3.
3-2. Okay, 4-3 for to France,
To
right?
France.
All right.
4-3 to France.
Just the scoreline. Just scoreline.
Just
Iraq,
scoreline.
Norway.
Iraq, Norway, 5-0. Alan scoring it now. How is this?
Now this kind of games where they carry golden boots give person.
Alan has already said it.
For me, 2-0, 2-0 for me. Norway all the way 2-0. Argentina against Algeria.
Wow. The defending champion. Algeria.
I think France, in recent years, France is the only country that broke that defending champions jinx, where you win the World Cup and then you get out in the group stage. I think France,
they broke it.
In recent years, since Italy, France have been the only ones who have been able to. Because I remember Germany too did the same.
They crashed out.
They crashed out until France and other. So even Spain
did it.
Yes.
They crashed out.
So how do you think will that course resume its duty? Because it felt like it went on strike before when France was playing last World Cup, but now maybe it might resume its duty. So what do you think?
Argentina coming in as the defending champion, they want to come with all their full powers.
They want to make a statement.
They want to make a statement. They want to do as they were stabilized to do. So at the last World Cup, and now they want to make that name that yes, we are here, yes, we are champions. So I give it to Argentina.
Argentina, all right. I go with Argentina too, not because I think they are better. Okay, they are better. Obviously, they are the world number one team right now, but I'm not trying to play down Algeria's effort and talent, but I think Argentina wins. Just scoreline here: Austria against Jordan. Just scoreline.
Austria against Jordan. Austria. 2.
Austria 1-0 for me. Portugal against DR Congo. This should have been Portugal against Nigeria.
It is what it is.
We move. Portugal against DR Congo.
All right, Portugal against DR Congo. The game I watched against Nigeria in the friendly match, I can see Portugal are really not trying to get something special, but they'll try to work their way. They have, like what you say, they have the names, but names doesn't make that names in the World Cup. What is the result? So I give it to Portugal. We just want to go alone go.
This particular game will be tough because we've all seen what DR Congo can do actually, and I know a lot of people will be sleeping on DR Congo, but I won't. This is the shock result of match day 1. I'm saying it now. You heard it from me first. DR Congo 1-0 against Portugal. You heard it from me first. Now let's move on. England against Croatia. A semi-final of 2018, right?
Yeah, England, Croatia. That's also a bigger
now,
names.
Let's just point this out. England is a regenerating team right now.
Yes.
I mean, new, fresh legs and whatnot. While Croatia is an aging team with the likes of Andrej Kramaric, Modric, all those players, Perisic, all those players are already elderly, and although they have fresh legs and young guys, but not recognized names like they used to be. Remember the time you had Mario Mandzukic in front, Dejan Lovren and Vida. You had Stanisic, although they say have Vadio, I know, but they say names. But right now, it's more like it's not the same team that played in the what's it called, final of 2018, in the semi-final of 2022. Doesn't seem like it's the same thing. While England is like a refreshed team. So just putting that into consideration, I want to know your analysis concerning that.
Yeah, Croatia is like a school. It's like a school that has a graduating student that does not have a student that wants to be in that class. So you understand what I'm saying? So most of these players are going to retire. Most of them have the last World Cup appearance for them, and they don't have this rejuvenated team to get there. Look at the England side. You can see very rejuvenated, fresh leg, new mentality that puts it
with a new coach actually.
With a new coach. So guys, what we were expecting from Kobe Mino at his first World Cup. So the kind of mentality is going to bring out the quality is going to bring out for him. And I think it's going to be a tough game.
All right,
And
who
England
wins
winning
that game?
that. England
England.
1-0.
All right, I fancy Harry Kane and Anthony Gordon to get goals each in that game. Then Modric getting a penalty 2-1 for me in that particular one. To our brothers from Kumasi, Akwaba, Ghana against Panama. If una no win this game, wetin I go hear from you?
Ghana.
Ghana, if you don't win this game, just make sure you win. Oh, all right.
That's well, Ghana at the other hand, they will have to learn from South Africa's mistakes, so that they will have to be careful.
I mean, I don't want them to learn. Please make the same mistakes and even worse.
Because a lot of people are waiting for them. They know a lot of people. They knew a lot of people are waiting for them due to the fact of what they saw against the first game Mexico against South Africa. They know a lot of people are waiting for them, and if you are not able to beat Panama, and if Panama beat you, you are in soup. You are in soup for that. Well, so, I give it to Ghana. Let me just say a long goal for them.
All right, 2-0 Ghana, and I'm not predicting it out of because the love in my heart. I'm predicting it based on because I don't rate Panama that much. That's why. But if they do a shocking victory, I'll be there. Last game for match day 1, just the scoreline in this one: Uzbekistan against Colombia.
Another debutant with Uzbekistan. Yes. Colombia won even that 3-1.
All right, 3-1, and I think this should be a good game for James Rodriguez to actually show he's still good for the last chance at Worldcup. All right, let's quickly move on and we'll talk about the predicted Golden Boot winner. But for now, these are the goal scorers already in the competition. Hwang In-beom of South Korea with 1 goal and 1 assist, topping the chart. Raul Jimenez with 1 goal. Krejci of Czechia. Raul Jimenez is from Mexico. Krejci of Czech Republic with 1 goal. Oh Hyun-gyu of South Korea with 1 goal. Then Quinones of Mexico with 1 goal as well. Now, just one country and the reason. Which country do you think will punch above their weight in this competition? They necessarily don't have to win it, but they can go beyond expectations. Which country are you rooting for in that line that you think will surprise everybody? You know, last World Cup was Morocco. True. That they took the whole world by surprise and all that. So which country do you think is doing that this year? It does not necessarily have to win, but they will be overachievers if you get what I'm saying.
Well, I can say a lot of come to my mind, and you can't just underestimate anything.
No, we are not underestimating. We are only saying now. It does not mean they are a bad team.
Yeah,
but it just means that they will surpass the limit everyone has put on them.
For me, I think South Korea.
South Korea.
What I saw yesterday, South Korea.
South Korea.
I'm going to do that damage for everybody.
All right. For me, I'll go again. Is the Democratic Republic of Congo. I really think they will surprise the whole world in this particular competition. Now let's move on to the expected Golden Boot winner.
That would be a lot of speculation.
Just because of now we are not saying this based on what is going to actually happen in this World Cup. We are only saying this. I'm talking to the viewers now. We are only saying this based on form that they brought into the World Cup and the players we've known before this World Cup and what we've seen them do. All right.
We got a lot of. Let me say Hurricane. Hurricane will do that damage too.
For me, I will still go with Kylian Mbappe. Back-to-back Golden Boot winner in 2 successive World Cups, and this will be his 3rd ever World Cup. And why not? France is a wonderful team,
and also what do you say about Mbappe? Mbappe has also been the player who has gotten to the World Cup in his own career at the finals twice. So he didn't even only lost at the finals twice.
Well, what?
His first World Cup. Let me just say his first World Cup at 2018. It was 19. He won it at the final.
Yes.
On 2022, he still went to the finals. The same twice at the finals. So he was the only player that's rolled up with his career, World Cup career, reaching to the finals. So
Okay,
you
I
understand?
think, but I would just love to confirm that stats with time, because I think players like Pele had similar stats with back-to-back World
Back
Cup
to
final,
back,
but I'm
yeah.
not 100% sure. I'm just trying to. All right. The best player of the tournament, in your opinion, the most valuable player of the tournament. Let's go there.
Hmm. The most valuable player, a lot to say. We might have the expectations, and that expectations cannot be what we want.
Obviously, these are just
And
predictions. We are only making predictions. We are not asserting. We are not affirming. All right.
give it to Hurricane.
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 For me,
Hurricane.
it's
Hurricane.
quite tough, but
It's a tough one.
it's quite tough. Usman Dembele, again. Usman
Usman
Dembele.
Dembele.
I'm going with Usman Dembele. All right. Finally, let's just talk about the uh like I mentioned earlier on at the beginning of the show, at the start of the show, the country that will go home with the what's it called, the poorest performance,
Hmm.
maybe based on the kind of goals they will concede in one particular match, or how they will play all together.
It depends on the debutants, and World Cup experience matters a lot. And most debutants like Ubaniskan, Karakau can do carry those goals. So let me
What
just
I'm
say,
saying is the country that will fall short of expectations. That's what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? They
okay,
don't
falling
have to.
short.
They don't
They don't
have
have to
to.
be a
They don't have to be
debutant.
humiliated, but they will fall short of expectations. Like maybe you've been expecting that at least they will get to the finals, or at least they will get to the semi-finals, and then they will just get knocked out at a very early stage or something, or they won't just be able to. You get what I'm saying? To impress people with the expectation people have had of them.
I can say Spain.
Wow, are you reading
Spain.
my mind?
I can say
I
Spain.
was about to mention Spain. That's
Spain.
why I kept mentioning those
Spain.
details, because I know a lot of, because
Spain.
actually Spain is what is on my mind. So a lot of people are having a lot of expectations for
Yeah.
Spain, but
A lot of
I'm
expectations.
sorry, I personally don't see them in that light. But obviously, why are they there other than to prove me wrong? They are there to prove me wrong. So if they can prove me wrong, then is a win for them. But without that, I don't see Spain going far. And that is all we have for the show today. I am David Omoyele, and obviously, you know this is Unit 7 podcast again, where we bring to you all live issues and sports included, and that is why we are talking about the World Cup at this moment in time, because it is the reigning football competition right now. In fact, if not the biggest sports competition in the
In the
world right
world.
now. So stay tuned as more comes your way, and then subscribe, like, and follow, and share to others. Let them know how hard it is we are working here, and the kind of good content we give to you people. Till the next time we meet, I am David Omoyele, also known as Live Day, and
I am Josh Ayobami.
bye. We go see for
Bye
front.
for now.